One.
Greetings and welcome to Africa Online Media Corporation. This is our usual Sunday afternoon program, the discussion program in which we pick up on topics from left and right. It is Sunday, the 26th of the month. We will get there. But for today, so far, here in North America, it is 61 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's quite cold, even though it's sunny. But don't be deceived. Don't go out with just a shirt. You have to wear a sweater before you go out there because it's quite cold. That being said, again, you are welcome to the program. And we're here today to discuss something that we may not have talked about in the past. Yes, we have not talked about it before. It is the reality of tropical diseases in Africa with Dr. Usman Sidibay. He is coming in from Sierra Leone. So we will be doing our show live as usual. It is unscripted. You are welcome in. You can join us along the way. Our sign-in code, our zip code, or rather our Zoom code is 859583259993. And when prompted, put the code 5993. That said, let me go with the opener that we usually have. It is called the editorial, just a reflection. So here I go. Sunday, October 26, 2025 is the 299th day of the year 2025. So 299. You know, this year is not a leap year. So that leaves us with 66 days in 2025 because it will be 365 days this year. So today is the 43rd Sunday of 2025 when you use the American counting system, and of course it is the 44th week of the year. We are on the 35th day of fall. Well, in North America we call it fall, but in Europe they call it autumn. So don't be surprised if you hear that. That means that we still have 56 days to go before winter. Winter begins in 56 days. That is sometime in December. It is National Pumpkin Day. Well, in Africa, we know a lot about pumpkins. In North America, the pumpkin is quite a different brand, but quite a different structure. Whatever it is quite a thing to count on. That means that we still have, I'm jumping the line. That means that we have a lot to do about pumpkin. Let's talk about it for a minute. It is National Pumpkin Day in North America, especially in the United States, a day that highlights the versatility and value of pumpkins in various aspects of American life. National Pumpkin Day has a dominant tradition of carving what they call jack-o'-lantern. That is, some carvings they do on the pumpkins. Such carvings become decorative. They become decorative tools during these 4 days, during these autumn days, and being most prominent at what they call Halloween. Halloween is on the 31st of October. That is the day before All Saints' Day, which is 1st of November. Halloween is some kind of pagan belief, but whatever it is celebrated and highly honored out here. And let us just say that the word pumpkin comes from the Greek word of large melon, pepon, P-E-P-O-N, pepon. So it is worth noting that the United States produces 1.5 billion pounds of pumpkin per year, with the state of Illinois producing the most. Well, for those of you in Africa, don't worry about that. Yes. In the 19th century, in these United States of America, pumpkins were recommended as a cure for freckles and snake bites. Snake bites may not be a disease, so we turn our attention rather to Africa's topic of the day, or rather Africa Online's topic of the day, which is, as we said before, the reality of tropical diseases in Africa. That is the topic. We cannot start this portion of the discussion without pointing out that approximately 70% of Africa is considered tropical. That includes regions such as the tropical rainforests of Central Africa and the savannas. This further means that a significant portion of the continent of Africa experiences warm temperatures and unique ecosystems, making it a diverse region geographically speaking, if we talk about it that way. So what are tropical diseases and why is it important to know and study them? From our findings, we understand that tropical diseases are infectious diseases that are prevalent or are unique to tropical and subtropical regions. With that being said, we hasten to add that the tropics are the regions of Earth surrounding the equator where the sun may shine directly overhead. This contrasts with the temperate or polar regions rather, where the sun can never be directly overhead because of the Earth's axial tilt. Tropical diseases are therefore less prevalent in temperate climates, due in part to the occurrence of a cold season, which controls the insect population by forcing hibernation. So what are tropical diseases? We understand that tropical diseases are infectious diseases that thrive in hot and humid conditions. But why do such diseases exist? And why are they common in these tropical areas? That is what we're going to be discussing today. And we have a guest who will weigh in very soon. So we turn to the chair of Africa Online Media Corporation, Her Royal Highness or Her Highness, Reverend Dr. Palm, to tell us or to welcome us, especially our guests from the continent. Hello, Reverend Palm. Are you with us? Her computer was acting up, so she may be coming in and going out without that being her wish. But all the same.
Can you hear me? Yeah, so.
No, I was not hearing you. That's why I continued to talk.
No, I was trying to switch from my phone to my laptop, and it was during that time. But anyway, thank you so much for your transformative editorials, as usual. On behalf of Africa Online Media Corporation, I want to welcome you, Nia Song. Your faithfulness match will make us 10 years on the air. You know, and I want to welcome Dr. Crosslin. I believe I saw Sister Debbie McCormick. Is she still on? Sister Debbie, you're welcome. And I want to welcome our special guest today, an amazing young man that I just was just introduced to me. Was it a month ago or two? He's one of our volunteer instructors for our STEM program, Dr. Usman Sidibay. Dr. Sidibay, I would like for you to take a moment to introduce yourself to our team and our viewers. And I also want to welcome and appreciate our viewers who are watching on YouTube and those who are going to watch on Facebook. This program is going to stay on our social media. So even you go back to our Facebook and you'll see shows from March 2016. So we've been doing this for March will make it 10 years. So I want to appreciate you. Please take a moment and introduce yourself, Dr. Sidibay. Then the anchors, this show is unscripted. Then Mr. Songlefan Kemleke, who is a retired professor of journalism and a legendary journalist from Cameroon, would be asking you questions. I'll ask you questions. Our other team members, this show is unscripted. So go ahead, the mic is yours, Dr. Sidibay.
Well, thank you very much. I want to appreciate this a great moment, talking to this big platform. It's one of the most important day and one of the most significant day in my life for me to talk about certain disease that is affecting people in Africa through this platform. I want to tell you thank you and everybody that present and everyone that listen to the program. I am Dr. Usman Sidibay, present in Sierra Leone. I was schooled in Sierra Leone, College of Medicine, and traveled to the US, and then for my postgraduate and then come down to England for my tropical medicines, because I believe tropical diseases are the most paramount disease in Africa. Then I'm back in Africa to help my people and see how we can able to eradicate certain things through payback time and homage. I want to say a very big thank you to the guests, to the host and everybody that are in this program. I am very delighted to speak to you. And I want to say again, this is the most important day of my life, because talking to people about certain disease that is affecting the whole continent, over 1.5 billion people, I think it's a call to concern. I want you to know that this is a very good thing in my life for you to giving me this platform to preach. Some are neglected and they don't even know that these diseases are present in our environment or in the part of the world. So I want to say thank you and I appreciate you all.
You're welcome to the program. Yes, just improve your lighting a little bit. I don't know if it went out because you're quite dark. So please do that and we will continue. And if you can just, if you have other friends who have come with you, who are joining the program because of you, where you will introduce them as we go along. But for now, what are tropical diseases?
All right, can you see me now?
Yes.
Yes, you're fine. You're fine.
Yes. So what are tropical diseases? If we can get started that way.
All right, thank you very much. Tropical disease, these are illness that affect people in the tropical regions because of the climate they found themselves. They affect people in a hot and humid climate. For example, in Sierra Leone, we have this tropical climate, which are more like the rainy season and the dry season, which are more affected by people who are staying around in the village and other communities. So tropical diseases, these are diseases that affect the tropical region that have humid community and also have hot and cold weather. For example, people in Guinea, Sierra Leone, Liberia, they are all in the tropical regions. So you find out that these are some of the places around West Africa that are having this tropical disease for short.
So why are they dominant in this area? Is it because of the climate or is it because of the geography? What is behind it?
All right, thank you very much. There are two things that causes why this disease are very hard to eradicate. First and foremost, one is poverty. Two is lack of weak health system, and also the climate is one a big factor to be considered, because people in poor communities, more often the tropical regions are people that are very poor, cannot having their own food. They live very close around nature. Like for example, people living in Sierra Leone, they normally live close to the nature, go down to the swamps and also try to do some minings, which are those places that they want to go to do their agriculture. These places are the main host for where they can get their own disease, because the climate that helps us to grow our crops is the same climate that also support this disease to spread very fast. So it's a kind of challenging situation.
So is it insects that spread the diseases or just the climate or just the biodiversity of the area?
Well, it can be both. It can be infectious disease and also the biodiversity, because sometimes it affects directly and indirectly. By saying that if it affects directly, like the food that, it can affect from person to person and also from the insects, and also get some pseudomonas, like trypanosomiasis, and also they have river blindness. These are all getting it from indirect source. These are neglected tropical disease that people are neglected, but worm infestations, these are all neglected tropical disease.
Your Highness, you have a question for him or a remark?
Yeah, yes, I do. Dr. Sidibay, thank you so much. I know you've mentioned poverty as one of the challenges of eradicating the tropical diseases. But I know that you do own a pharmacy. How about also the lack of adequate treatment and the prevalence of counterfeit drugs? Don't they also contribute to the challenges in eradicating these tropical diseases?
Yes, this is a very good one. We have these many challenges because of this. One is antimicrobial resistance. People don't know what is affecting them. They find out they are sick and they go and take antibiotics. So they commonly take antibiotics. These antibiotics is not even working for them again. It's also another big challenge that make even this disease to spread, especially this tropical disease to spread more. Because if you take medicine which are not prescribed for the right disease, can help also the disease to spread. That is weak health system, counterfeit medications, and misuse of medication. All these are contributing factor for the tropical disease to stay here.
Yeah, but also what we call out of stock syndrome. There are people that would want to afford genuine medications, and there are pharmacies that carry genuine medications, but they usually run out of stock. So it's not even that readily available, either because of the suppliers or because of regulations, government regulations or pharmacy regulatory agencies. How bad is that in Sierra Leone?
All right, this is a good one. According to Abuja report, it's 2001, it states that every country should give 50% of their budget. So I believe if every country work towards that to give 15% of their budget, it can help eradicate that. And also, there are also problems that is affecting the healthcare system, like weak infrastructure. People don't have proper medications. Sometimes the government can even go into ask another organization to help them, but sometimes it's coming late and also affecting people here. And also there is a big problem affecting Sierra Leone right now by what? People having the drug and then trying to take this drug to another places. Like it happened a lot. Smuggling the drugs to another country for them to make money. They have a lot of cases. So it's inadequate of medical supply is one of the biggest challenges we are facing in Sierra Leone.
Yeah, and many other countries are facing that. You know, they don't have enough medications. I'm talking about enough genuine medications. So the diseases are there. There's just no treatment available or inadequate treatment available. But yeah, so let's hear from Dr. Crosslin and then Debbie.
Yes.
Dr. Crosslin, we're talking about the reality of tropical diseases in Africa today. And our special guest is a physician from Sierra Leone. He actually studied here in the US, but went back home to help our people.
Yes, sir. I mean, Her Excellency, thank you so much for this opportunity, Ambassador, Reverend, Queen Mother, Dr. Pam Fomenong, pharmacist, leading pharmacist.
Oh my God, Dr. Crosslin. Just so you know, you call me ambassador until the ambassadorship is in the works. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. And to Professor Nia Song, and in her absence, but I'm sure she's still here, Prophetess Lisa.
That's right.
Yes, ma'am. And to the keynote speaker and to the global audience and everyone on YouTube. And as you guys always know, I always share something personal. So as Miss Virginia Senior World, DMV, and as a doctor of health administration, my concern is the tropical diseases in Africa. So Africa is a huge country and
continent.
And I just met Dr. Morgan, who is a military surgeon working at the VA. And he was sharing with me that his dad, also a military surgeon, died from contracting hepatitis from Africa. Right, John? And I know other people who contacted elephantitis. What country were they in? I know, but like which town? Township. 4 years working on with the doctors.
Yeah, and he was working with mentally ill children.
And working with mentally ill children. So I know for me personally, when I travel like to France, Colombia, or any place, I always go in, talk to my girlfriend pharmacist here locally, and she makes sure I get all my shots. So my question, so one time, true story, I tried to get the monkeypox shot, and it was at the last minute. And I didn't know what it was. And then when they told me what it was for, because the nurse over the phone at the health department, she was like, am I going to be involved in sexual activity? And I was like, no. So she said that's what that shot was for. So I'm just encouraging everyone to make sure that they find out what's new and what's going on and what is at an all-time epidemic. It might save their lives. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Crossland. Back to our guest. I think one of the things we need to do is, what are these tropical diseases? If you can name some of the tropical diseases for us so that we know exactly what kind of diseases we're talking about as we progress. Thank you very much. Dr. Sidibay? Oh, you lost him. But you can, well. No, the person with the phone, is that Golden, please? Are you, okay. For now, let's go over to Debbie. Debbie, welcome to the program. Unmute yourself and join the conversation. Yeah, we're talking about the reality of tropical diseases in Africa.
Thank you very much, Nia Song. And thank you so much, my darling sister, Queen Mother, and all of the above that I heard Dr. Crosslin just so rightfully stated. We love you, we appreciate you, and we thank you for making this education to our people
Good evening.
available on a weekly basis. We're so honored. And before I continue, I just want to say we should have in our prayers the countries of Cameroon and Cote d'Ivoire, as the Cameroon had the presidential elections and Cote d'Ivoire had theirs a couple of days ago, and they both are waiting the results. Let us have them in our thoughts. And to comment on what you just shared in your editorial, Ni Asong, it's just amazing listening to Dr. Sidibay speak about the experience of tropical medicine in the continent of Africa. And if I hope he can hear me, I would like to know if what he mentioned, if it's just in the country of Sierra Leone. I think he mentioned Sierra Leone, Liberia, and the neighboring countries, but how about the other parts of the country? Is he just in that region, or he's on the sub-Saharan African as well, including East Africa, where they may have some similar diseases with because tropical forests are available are located in all these areas. Is he able to have studies in those areas to understand if these diseases are caused by the same thing, like monkeypox may be available in one part of the continent but not the other? So what can people in other regions do to minimize that happening in their regions? Is it something that he will know offhand or something that has to be studied? The other question I have for him is regarding medication being available in a pharmacy so people do not take the wrong ones. What can he and his team or people that he knows in his inner circle do to encourage the politicians to make sure that the right medication is available so that when people are sick and they go to the pharmacy, they find the right medication to treat the right illness? Thank you very much. I'll send it back to you, Nia-san.
Thank you. Dr. Sidibay, please. If you can answer her question, then I will ask mine. Go ahead, please.
Okay, no problem.
You are breaking up.
Thank you very much.
Sorry, you are breaking up. You are breaking up.
Connectivity is one of the reasons why the tropical diseases prevail in Africa.
That's right.
So I think I have did some case studies from Guinea, Liberia.
Quality. Dr. Sidibay will just
Liberia.
Dr. Sidibay, we can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
Connectivity.
Can you hear me?
Dr. Sidibay, please. We can't.
Hello?
Yeah, you were breaking up, so we didn't get anything at all from what you were saying.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear
Yes.
you now. Go ahead.
Dr. Sidibay, we can hear you. Hello?
I think we lost him again. He's there, but we can't hear.
He's frozen.
Yeah, he's frozen. We can't hear what he's saying.
I think those tropical diseases, I'm no tropical disease expert, but I think they go beyond just the country's name, so long as you're in the tropics.
Yes.
You know, those diseases, not just in Africa, but we're talking about in Africa. So those tropical diseases, they are in the tropical areas, and even some of the areas. Okay, he just sent me, we just lost him.
Yeah.
We just lost him, but he'll be back. So Nia-san, you guys go ahead. Let me hear what he has to say. He sent me a voicemail.
Okay. Yeah, tropical diseases are diseases I know that exist between the tropic of Cancer in the north and the tropic of Capricorn in the south, and that's the mid belt of Africa. So on my map here, unfortunately, you cannot see exactly what I'm trying to show, but in this part of the continent, that is that middle belt from Senegal to Ethiopia and so on. So please, that is the tropical area, the tropical zone, and it is in that area that these diseases are prevalent. And I was asking Dr. Sidibay if he could name some of those diseases that we know exist in that part.
Okay, he's back.
Hello?
He says it's raining terribly there, but Dr. Sidibay, go ahead and answer Debbie's question, and then you can answer Mr. Songofa's question.
Okay, no problem. The first question, I work with in West Africa, in some of those regions. They have the similar conditions. Most of the diseases that are here, they are over in West Africa, East Africa, and sometimes even around North Africa. So it's just the same thing. I think we have to take the same methodology, because I think we have in the tropical medicines, we have a collaborative approach. If there is a disease outbreak in one country, I think it's signal to the other country to take precaution, especially countries that are in border. They are very close together in the same regions. So by so doing, they can help to tackle that disease. And the second question, we don't have too much pharmacies in these regions because of Africa is still developing. Africa is not developed continent. It's still developing. So we have limited staff, especially the pharmacies are not too much. So you can have like 20 pharmacies to one pharmacist. So you see, it's really challenging. But I think we have CHW, which are community health worker, which sometimes they go for training to the lab, they go for training to the pharmacies, and then they give them the pharmacology ideas for them to be able to administer drug in the interior village. So I think this is the approach the government used to endeavor. They do normally a symposium for them, workshop, and also some little courses that help to send the message on certain disease and how to take medications on those disease and how to use the medication correctly. So I think I have answered your question, maybe.
Yes, you answered her question. My concern is, let us try to identify some of the diseases that are prevalent in this area so that our audience understands what we're talking about, because they may know the name of the disease and they understand what it means in that area where they live. So what are some of the tropical diseases we're addressing here?
Like number one, malaria is one of the biggest disease affecting Africa.
Yes.
Lassa fever, Burundi ulcer, and also we have the river blindness, scabies, rabies, and some other neglected tropical disease. Neglected tropical disease also are diseases that have little funding, or people don't even talk about them because it's not affecting other parts of the world. For example, these are sleeping sickness and other sickness around the world that are really affecting. There are many diseases. There are up to 20 diseases that are affecting people here. Hepatitis, for Sierra Leone alone, there are about 15 types of tropical disease that are affecting people here. I think it's also about the same amount or more than amount of those kind of diseases that are affecting people living in another region, because Sierra Leone, Guinea, and Liberia are just like the same country. Whatever affects Sierra Leone affects Guinea. Whatever affects Guinea affects Liberia. These are common regions. They are in the Mano River Union. So they have similar traits. There is no border. Let me just say that. They do fair trade and they went through each other's. So you can find out that these diseases are easily to be spread from this region to another region.
So what can the man on the street do to protect themselves?
First and foremost, proper hygiene, good sanitations, cleaning your environment. When you feel sick, don't go to the traditional healers that I am feeling sick. Go to the right medical practitioner that I am feeling sick. Whenever you feel symptom of certain things that is abnormal, you go to the health center, discuss with people that have the technical know-how to take care of you. Do not self-medicate yourself or try to go to a tradition, because there is an old saying that if people sick, our forefathers have been doing this, they make some concoctions and they give them, sometimes it's delay treatment and also cause more harm and also allow the disease to spread widely, because you don't even know what you are treating, or you don't even know the disease. Sometimes it's neglected tropical disease, you don't know. But if you go to the right people who have the technical know-how, and it can be simple to eradicate and get your proper diagnosis. So if anything that is happening with you that you don't know, instead of you self-medicate or you go to just one pharmacy and have your medicine, proper healthcare service to do or run your tests and diagnosis. So if you're walking in the street and you found out that something is affecting you, the spread of that is affecting you, it is high time to the right medical.
Well, let me ask Dr. Sidibay.
Hello.
I hope we'll be able to hear you better, because I was still struggling to hear you. But I know you are advising people not to self-medicate. Yes, I advise against that too. However, there are herbalists on the continent that have effective therapy, better than even the drugs that Big Pharma is putting out there. Because remember, a lot of these medications were done not with studies on our people. A lot of medications don't work for our people because they don't participate in studies. except the ones that were done on them without their consent.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. With malaria,
Okay.
I couldn't handle that treatment as a form of aromatherapy, where when people, I know they do this in Cameroon, I'm sure they do it in Sierra Leone and maybe Nigeria, other countries, but barks of trees, I don't know what kind of trees because I'm not a herbalist and I don't have one in my family, but they will pull out barks of certain trees. Maybe Mr. Asongefa can weigh in because he might know more about this than me. Then I know fever grass or lemongrass was being put in there. Some other leaves were put in the pot. They will boil it and they use a special pot, a pot that retains heat. They'll put water in there, boil it. While it's boiling, they will bring the sick person, the person that has malaria, to sit on a chair. They open the pot and they cover him or her with a blanket. So he inhales all that aroma, all the vapor coming from the pot. You know, our body, the skin is the largest organs, and medications do go through the skin. There are some that are administered topically, but this one, I think it goes in through inhalation, through the respiratory system, the nose. This particular one goes through the mouth, the eyes, even the ears, the nose, into the system. And by the time they come out of that therapy, they have sweated a lot of stuff that most of the time it's therapeutic. It treats the malaria. And sometimes I'm told they are asked to drink the liquid too. Nia, so you can weigh in on this, but Dr. Sidibay, are you familiar with what I'm saying? Do they have it in Sierra Leone? How do you guys treat malaria in Sierra Leone besides the quinine family or the mefloquine family or the ACT combinations? That's artemisinin and lumefantrine combination.
I think we lost him.
No, he's muted. Dr. Sidibay, are you there?
Okay.
Dr. Sidibay, kindly unmute yourself.
I can't hear him.
No, he's not unmuted.
Just come in.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Let me just come in. Are you there?
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Go ahead.
Okay. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
Okay. In Sierra Leone, these same practices happen. But why we discourage people, this in Sierra Leone, this same practice happen. They mix certain concoctions and then try to give them, sweat out the malaria. But the problem is there is the taking of those medications direct in the mouth. It caused a lot of problems, and we have a lot of challenges on hepatitis right now because of those medications that people take from these herbalists. They don't know the active ingredients present in that herbs for them to take. They just go and mix one or two medication and start drinking them. What they care about, take 2 cups of it and then you drink. Take 5 cups of it and then you drink. Drink to region that they are not doing well. But to be honest, I advise people to go to the right way, like visiting hospital.
Yeah, it's frozen again.
And then they will tell you what to do.
Okay.
Because in Sierra Leone presently, there are a lot of liver problems causing from these herbs. Yeah.
Okay. So there are a lot of.
Are you there?
Yeah, we're here. We're trying to figure
this
out
network.
what's going, because you are breaking.
Hello.
Yeah, you are breaking up.
Oh gosh.
Yes.
Hello, are you there?
We're here. Go ahead. Just keep talking.
And Niason,
What I was saying, it's happened here in Sierra Leone. Okay, there are a lot of people do some practice. Hello.
Yeah, we're hearing you. Go ahead.
Hello.
Go ahead, please keep talking.
Okay, happen here in Sierra Leone. But we discourage people not to do that because there is a lot of liver problems in Sierra Leone.
Okay.
Based on these app they used to take, and they also try to intoxicate their liver. So based on that, we have a press statement that you don't need to take those except you know the active ingredients in them before you take them. We don't discourage them of taking those herbs or concoctions, but you have to first visit the hospital and then know your diagnosis before you take any other medication or any other herbs. It is not bad to visit your traditional healer, but it's hard. The first line of defense is go to the hospital, let them do some tests on you, and then try to know what is really affecting you. Maybe you have this tropical disease that cured by these herbalists, or if you go into the list, causing the spread of those diseases are very contagious. Traditional healer at risk for contacting those people that have certain disease. Let's say, for example, Ebola. You cannot, because it's contagious. If you touch blood and other things, you can get contact with this. Any disease that you are not sure about, it's high time you run to your nearest clinic or you talk to a professional, and then you can see how it can be cured or prevent.
Now, let's see. Debbie, you had another question. Go ahead, Debbie, unmute. And if you have another question or remark, go ahead.
Hello?
Yes,
Hello,
go ahead, please. Debbie?
I think Dr. Sidibay wanted to say something.
Oh, Dr. Sidibay, please. Yeah, continue talking. You're breaking up, that's the problem. Hello?
Professor
Okay.
Nilsson, point of special privilege, he probably has his phone on a charger.
Can you get me now?
Ask him, does he have his phone on a charger?
Oh, okay. So what does he do to prevent that? What can he do to?
Okay.
Yeah, keep talking, please. We're hearing you. We're hearing you even though you are breaking up. Hello? Yeah, it's not working. It's not working. Yeah. No, you're breaking up. You're breaking up.
I don't.
That's okay. He says it's raining a lot in Sierra Leone. I think it's the weather. So
Yeah,
let's proceed. Whenever we can hear him, he can jump in. It's the weather. The weather plus connectivity challenges.
Yes.
So Debbie was going to say something.
Yeah, Debbie, go ahead.
Thank you so much, Neil. Thank you, Your Highness. I just can understand what Dr. Sidibay is going through. I remember a couple of weeks I was in Freetown. I could not do anything. When it rains, forget about being able to connect with the rest of the world, because the internet connectivity there is very, very difficult, and electricity too fluctuates a lot. So that's why he's having that problem.
These are basic infrastructures that we take for granted and that our governments can readily and easily take care of, but they will not. So,
yeah,
anyway,
in this case, they chose not to do it on purpose. But anyway, what I wanted to just share is, since Your Highness, what you just shared about, I think Nia-san was supposed to comment about the
traditional
aromatherapy for malaria.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I had that
exists. Yeah, it exists with my people in my village. They used to do it. Yeah, they used to do it. They didn't have a lot of the herbs they needed, but they would get the fever grass. Yeah, they used to use the fever grass and they cover you up. And in a few days, you get better because you don't just do it once, you do it twice or thrice. Then, of course, because of the sweating, I think, it takes care of that and that gets it out of your body, gets it out of your system, and you get well in a few days.
Well, Debbie, you sounded like you had it done. My dad did not subscribe to traditional medicine. He always believed in taking us to the hospital. But Debbie, it looked like you had it Is that correct?
That's correct. My grandmother did it for me twice. They used to call me chochoro because I could never put on any weight, regardless of what they did to me. And each time malaria had me, it was just really nasty. And
Can you translate chochoro for Jocelyn and our
I like that.
chochoro is someone who never puts on weight, regardless of what happens in terms of the diet.
Tiny
And
person. Tiny.
regardless of what the diet you put on, you still remain the same size.
Yeah.
And I went through that twice. And believe me, that's why I wanted to raise that question for Dr. Sidibay, because Sierra Leone has the same issues we're having in Cameroon.
Cameroon, yeah.
And when I had COVID, basically when I went to the hospital, they said, "Oh, okay, I'm having this fever. I could not this. I was by myself. Everyone had traveled. I'm trying to contain it. I'm trying to take care of myself." Just to say that experience of going through those tropical aromatherapy treatment as a kid, I came back home. I stopped at the supermarket. I got all organic, everything that I could lay my hands on: organic onions, organic garlic, organic ginger, organic lemongrass. I picked up all those things like mint, I think mint and lavender. I just brought all of them home. I boiled an entire pot of water. I put 2 comforters over me and I sat underneath it. I was boiling, but I did not move until the water cooled down to room temperature. That's
Yeah.
when I removed all those covers over me. I went and had a shower and I slept. The next day, I was fine. In 24 hours, I was okay.
you are brave.
That's good.
So
That's a
that
good
being
testimony.
said, I just knew that I lost 2 friends from COVID and I did not want to go under anything from the hospital. I wanted to try that uh, aromatherapy on its own. When I had that flashback, I thought, okay, this thing may work. So I wish Dr. Sidibe's connection was good so he can tell me if they ever experience that in Sierra Leone or all the places he's been to, because I would love to know from someone with a background like his, because I think it still works these days. It's not something to give up.
Oh no,
Thank you, Dr. Fa.
it works. It works without the drug side effects that all these other things come. I mean, I am honored to be a co-developer of an ACT combination anti-malaria drug that was. Is that an echo?
No.
Okay, that was approved by NAFDAC back in 2000 and it was 2012. No, 2010. No, 2012. Because the monotherapies don't work because of resistance, but those things they still come with side effects. And so this aromatherapy, it is something that I know I cannot handle it because one, I'm claustrophobic, and two, I don't even go to basements. I don't. And thank God we don't have basements in Houston. But when I visit siblings in places that have basement, I don't go. I don't care if they are windows or doors. I do not. I don't like driving under the tunnel. Somebody took me through a tunnel in New York. I was like, I wish you told me we were going to be driving through this tunnel. I would have refused. But I'm just saying, we have, before Big Pharma came, we were treating our diseases. There is a video that I've shared on this program before of the village surgeon, a brain surgeon that does brain surgery, and he has never lost a patient. And the patient, of course, the patients are awake while they're doing it, just like here, because they want to make sure you can feel stuff. And I still, it's mind-boggling what this guy does. I remember a relative that had a hernia on their stomach, this from their belly button. And when they came to America, they were saying, oh, they need to have surgery. But a traditional doctor in the village just put a pipe and blew the thing inside. And it took care of it. There was no surgery. There was another young man who was born normal, At the age of about 6 or 7, the legs just went K. And they were talking about orthopedic surgery, but another guy just prepared braces for his legs, and the legs are straight to today. He had to wear them for about a year. They were uncomfortable, but they worked. So I'm saying that let's not undermine the therapies, the traditional recipes and therapies and regimens that our forefathers and some of the current traditional doctors and herbalists, we're not talking about witch doctors, we're talking about herbalists, people that study herbs, you know, because those things are effective for the most part for those who are trained. And now, even in this country, there are people going into those type of naturopathic medicines and studying herbs because they know what Big Pharma has done to people around the globe. You know, so Dr. Sidibay just sent me a message. Back to you. Let me read the message.
Yes, go ahead. So let's see. Who else can I call on? I don't see. Well, Dr. Crosslin, do you have something else to add to what we're saying so far? We're having difficulties with our guest from Sierra Leone. So
Sure. To everyone, I would just like to say that when the keynote speaker mentioned the tropical diseases, and when Professor Niassan showed us on the map of those tropical diseases, I'm sure like most people using the internet, I Googled the tropical diseases, and the ones that you all mentioned are, obviously they're on the internet as well. And I'm sure that a lot of people have very little access to updated medicine, especially like, say, being bit by a bug, for example. Like, we get bit by bugs here in the United States, but we are proactive and we go to the doctor, if it causes some type of irritation. Sometimes we get bit by bugs and we just scratch and itch and we're like, what was that? And nothing happens. So it just depends on each person. I'm not saying that the tropical diseases, that people in Africa don't care. They just don't have that infrastructure a lot of times. And it's not only just Africa. It's places in Europe and places in France, and they have outbreaks all the time worldwide. China, Japan, Mexico. And unless a person is really focused on what's going on in the world, they probably wouldn't know. That's why I appreciate this program, because Her Excellency picks great topics to discuss and empowers and brings education and resources to light. And it's really remarkable. And I think that's probably too why the enemy fought so hard, so the keynote speaker couldn't connect, so people couldn't learn a whole lot. But we are learning, and I thank you all so much for your due diligence and making sure that you get the word out globally. And this is being recorded, and we should invite the keynote speaker back again when the weather is better where he's at. Thank you so much.
That's a very good suggestion. We'll look into that and make sure that we'll bring him back. And that being said, Debbie, you at times for sharing your personal experience. If you have other things to share with us, go ahead, Debbie, and continue telling us your personal experiences about tropical diseases. You grew up in Cameroon, and you know certain things that the herbalists do. Not traditional, not native doctors. Well, native doctors they are called, but that they call them native just because they're in the villages, not because they are not practicing in hospitals, but they do a good job. Many of the herbalists in the villages do a good job. When I was growing up, I had cough, yes, serious cough. I don't know the technical name anymore. I've forgotten it, but it is a traditional herbalist who gave me. He made a concoction which I drank for 7 days, and I was cleared, and I grew up not having it anymore. So those are personal testimonies, the personal stories that help us reinforce what we're trying to do here by talking about these tropical diseases. Malaria, which is the greatest of them, sleeping sickness, which is another one, sleeping sickness spread by mosquitoes, malaria spread by mosquitoes. So those things are very, very available. I mean, they exist in our communities, but because of lack of modern medicine, we suffer and die. And the herbalists, we don't trust them very much. We tend to, as they say, the prophet is not accepted in his own home. So the people are not, the native doctors are not accepted as such. Some are accepted, many tend to say, oh no, I can't go to that person because he will just kill me. That is not what they do. They try, if they know the combination they are doing, they will be able to heal somebody. They will be able to treat somebody or treat a condition. So that being said, yeah, Debbie, please, if you can unmute and share one of those your personal experiences, we will be grateful.
Thank you again once more, Niaso. I really appreciate it. Again, growing back in the village, as you said, my personal experience, it's not really a tropical disease, but being able to take care of issues without necessarily going to the hospital because my parents did not have the means. So another example I had was going to school and I didn't have shoes, kicked my toe and I lost my toenail. It's bleeding. I chose not to continue to school. I went back home and my mom took me to a tree and picked the leaf and just squeezed it, a couple of them squeezed it and just kept rubbing and rubbing until there was liquid coming of it. And she squeezed it onto my toe. It burnt terribly.
Yes.
But it stopped bleeding immediately she did it.
I know what you're talking about.
So there's some of those things. Unfortunately, I could not remember the name. Never, even the last time I went home, went back to that tree trying to figure out how she got it and all of that so I can get someone to tell me what it is. So some of these things that as a child, you don't even know the importance of what's going on with you. But as an adult, you have a flashback of it. So what can we do nowadays to preserve those things that were helpful to us, which unfortunately are no longer available to us? And how can we find them? Because those herbalists, I can say my mom was, because she used to pierce children's, little girls' ears. They would come to her and she would pierce their ears. And then there was a leaf that she would squeeze the liquid through it and then put a string. And after 3 days, they'll bring back the baby and she'll put the earring on it. And it's no longer bleeding and it has healed. I have no idea what she was doing, but I was just sitting there watching her perform all these things. How can
we all had those things in our villages, but we don't remember them because personally, I left my village many years ago, and I've never been back to stay for at least a week. So I don't know much about those things that we used to do as children. Whenever like you hit your toe, we cut our finger, or we had some snake bite, and not snake bite, insect bite, and we rub something on it, and the next day you feel fine. You go about your business without caring that an insect bit you yesterday. So those things exist. Unfortunately, agriculture and the use of chemicals has taken away most of those things because they did not need the environment to be corrupted, but because they put insecticide, that's right. Those things die off and they don't come back again. So we are losing because of agriculture and because of our own inability to retain what it was. Yes, I think it is the top of the hour, and Her Excellency is going to play our anthem, and from there we'll see how to roll on.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah. I think Dr. Sidibay is back. You know, so Dr. Sidibay, we're going to play our anthem, and then you'll get to weigh in.
Oh,
Yes, Uncle.
Africa.
Yes, fine, fine.
Oh no. Africans, Africans for Africa. 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 Africans have many bright ideas. If only you let us share. If you really want to know my history, please come, sit down, listen to my story. God gave us the wisdom. He guides our footsteps, makes us shine and transform. Hey, as one people, with so many cultures, yet indeed we are one. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. Let us all unite behind Africa Online Media Corporation. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. It's time to come together, promote awareness, progress, and solution. Hey. Africans, Africans for Africa. Africans, Africans for Africa. Africans, Africans for Africa. All Africans can rally for a common cause, to believe without judgment in what our brother does. To identify and resolve our challenges, to allow each other's ideas without regard to standards. As one people with so many cultures, yes indeed we are one. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. Let us solve all the problems plaguing our continent. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. Let us empower Africans in and out of Africa. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. Africa Online Media Corporation, that's a good way to start. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. They have all the resources we need to benefit our society. Oh. Education for everyone. If we believe prosperity for Africans, if we believe medical facilitation for Africans, if we believe stand up, Africa, yes, for Africa. Africa Online Media Corporation, that's a good way to start. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. Africa is the cradle of civilization, the motherland. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. We were enslaved not because we were weak, but because of our hospitality. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. Jump on the Africa Online Miracle Jet. Don't be left behind. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. Together we shall succeed. Together we will win. Stand up, Africans. Let's save Africa. We are writing our own story, the truth, and we shall tell it to the world. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. No more lies. Africans own Africa.
No more lies. Africans own Africa. So Dr. Sidibay just said the thunderstorm turned off the power, so he doesn't even have power. So Nia Song, after the announcements, I think you can take the round.
Okay.
Africa for you. If there's no connectivity, it's power.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have electricity.
Yes.
Next week, actually next month, we are going to be tackling our STEW, an acronym that I coined in 2016, and it stands for social media, telecommunication, transportation, energy, electricity, and water. That sums us the problems, most of the problems that Africa has, infrastructure problems. So we'll be starting with water. So we're going to be discussing water.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm sorry. We're going to start with social media, rather. You know, we don't have to go to in chronological order, but we're going to start with social media, the S in
Okay.
this. So, Nia Song, somebody just joined us, 11 Princess. So you are welcome. If you want to unmute yourself and introduce yourself, we are discussing the realities of tropical diseases in Africa today. Unfortunately, our keynote speaker, Dr. Sidibay, was joining us from Sierra Leone. They have severe thunderstorms and rain, and the power just went off. So, but you'll be able to. This is being streamed on YouTube. Kindly unmute yourself if you have a question, a comment, and also introduce yourself. Your name is appearing as 11 Princess.
Hi, yes, madam. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Thank you. Welcome.
Okay, sure. Okay, my name is, well, on my Zoom, it says Princess. My name is Sia. I came because I was invited by Dr. Sidibay. I was hoping to hear what he had to speak in regards to tropical medicine, but I'm glad to listen to what all of you have to say as well.
Okay. Where are you joining in from?
I'm in the Washington, D.C. area.
Oh, good. So you're not facing the problems in Sierra Leone. Yeah,
I'm not. My father is currently
off.
there.
Yeah, his power just went off, but you will get to, it's been streamed on YouTube. So you will get to watch it on YouTube. Let me see if I can copy and paste the link on the chat box.
Okay, sure.
Over to you.
You're welcome to the show. Did you have anything to say about tropical diseases or tropical
Not
medicine?
at this time. I'm just joining the conversation, so I will hear what all of you have to say. If I have any input, I can, chime in.
Okay, you're
Thank
welcome.
you, sir.
Yeah, we're on every Sunday from 4 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. and we treat different topics. On the last Sunday of the month, we treat medical topics. So like today,
Okay.
we're doing this because it is the last Sunday of the month of October.
Correct.
Yeah,
okay, great to hear.
You're welcome to the discussion. And I'm trying to see who else I can call. I don't have people to call because everybody is having problems. But let me see. Yeah, Debbie, do you still have another contribution, your final contribution before we take the round of the table?
Thank you very much for asking me. The only thing I would say is for future viewers and those who might be listening live now, if you do know any way of helping any aromatherapy for any diseases in the continent or otherwise, please come forward and help us out because depending just on big pharma, as my darling mommy said, it's not going to solve all our problems. Not everybody in the global south has the opportunity to go to the hospital because they do not have the money to pay for consultations and all of that. So being able to get something out of your garden or from your backyard to help yourself is very useful. But I also know that global warming has changed a lot based on what I learned from Nia Song as well. There's a lot of deforestation, and if we could discourage that, because it's not helping us, not just us, but the future generations. So some changes need to be made by us who are on the universe right now to accommodate the future generations, and not just that, but for us who are currently there, because if we need help, we want to get help now, not next time. So with that, I will pass it back to you, Nia. So, and thank you very much, Dr. Sidibay. We hope you can come back, because we missed a lot of the things you had to share with the audience today. So hopefully your schedule will allow you to come back to us again. Thank you, Nia.
Yeah, he just sent a message that he's going to do a short video to finalize what he was going to say, since there's no power.
Okay.
So we're going to share that.
Okay. Okay, Debbie, don't go away, because you still have to give us your last word. That being said, Princess, who came in, I know she says she's in the Washington area. The tropical diseases we're talking about include malaria, dengue fever, cholera, kayak, and the yellow fever, sleeping sickness. Those diseases that are common in Africa and along that area of the tropics, from Sierra Leone, from Senegal, all the way through Asia. Those are diseases that are common in those areas. So you may be here in the Washington area, you may not be prone to that. You may not have been affected by that, except you grew up on the continent. Princess, do you have something to say to that? Sia, she said.
Sir?
Yeah, did you
okay.
grow up on the continent, on the African continent, or you have lived?
I did not.
Oh, okay.
No, my father's from Sierra Leone. He's from Kano. We all grew up here in the United States and was born here in the United States.
Okay,
but
so your father would know about the tropical diseases. Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's there now.
Yeah.
He's there now.
Let me ask Princess. Princess, have you ever visited Africa, Sierra Leone?
I have, as a child.
Okay.
Not recently, but I plan to visit. My father's actually there now, mining.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Yes. We know of the problems of practicing medicine on the continent. The medicines, the village person offers you some herbs to treat you, but you don't want to take them because you don't know what they are all about. So you fear to take them. Yes. So, but many of them, when I was growing up, many of those traditional healers were doing a great job. I'm from Cameroon, so I grew up, and I used to have those fevers. I used to have that cough. I used to have all those things, but we had no hospital at that time. The hospital came to my place in 1966. So we didn't have a hospital before I grew up. I was in secondary school when that happened. So, but we used to rely on herbs. We harvest green leaves from trees and either pound them or squeeze them in our hands, chew them, and then we get healed and we go away and we leave. And we lived and we are still living. Yes, so those are the things.
Wow, that's excellent.
Yes, that's it. So the tropics are between the two tropics, Tropic of Capricorn and Tropic of Cancer, and they stretch from west to east. So it's not just Africa, it is any country that lies within that area. Those diseases are common. Yes. One of the most prevalent in my place, in my village, in those days in Cameroon was sleeping sickness. My whole tribe was almost decimated by sleeping sickness.
Wow.
But thank God, the hospital came in 1966 and they were able to combat it. And most of the children born after 1966 survived, because earlier it was not easy. That being said, I'm going to take a round of the table and see if people have things to say. I mean, not if people have things to say. You offer us your last word. So, Dr. Crossley, I always like to start with you. Give us your last word as we wrap up this topic today.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and thank you to all the the viewers, and especially for the keynote speaker that's going to be returning. I will do some more homework and research and find out more. This is my first time in a very long time. I want to say maybe on a personal note, I'm in my 60s. So it's probably been about 60 years since I've heard of a tropical disease or even thought about it. And like you said, Professor Niason, it's tropical, meaning more than just Africa. I guess we have the Amazon. When we go to the museums and aquariums, they always have those displays where they'll show the tropical diseases in Africa or West Indies or whatever part of the world. And it's always educational. So thanks again, Her Highness, for bringing this back to the forefront for everyone to be aware that the tropical diseases are still out there. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And I know you never fail. You're always with us. Thank you and welcome. Debbie, please, your last word before you close up the shop for today.
Thank you, Neil. You actually can read my mind. I was just about heading in to start the ignition of the car, and then you called my name.
Okay.
Impeccable timing. So all I can say is, experience is something, but those who do not have the experience, what do? Just be aware that there are diseases out there that used to be curable by by traditional herbalists, and right now that is fading or has faded. And let's find a way to empower pharmacists and people like Dr. Sidibay, who are fighting the cause on our behalf and the next generation, so that they can survive whatever infection they get. But for those who are experiencing it, I urge you to not keep it within, do not go the wrong way. Find a way to talk to the right people, which is going to see a physician and not someone who is not qualified to help you with your illness. And this is not just for any individual, but if you have a group, also educate those in your groups so they are aware of it. It's good to be informed, not just, it's good to be well informed of anything that we're doing in our day-to-day lives, especially when it comes to illnesses and tropical diseases. Yes. Thank you, Niason, for really analyzing it. That is something that is globally and in all the in the rainforests which are located all over the world. I appreciate this topic. It's very dear to heart because most of the people that I know live in all those areas. And unfortunately, when they're ill, there's not much you can do with limited resources to go to Western hospitals and get cured there because the medication in the hospitals are also very limited. And some of them, oh boy, some of them are made out of cassava powder. But anyway, that's another topic for
even chalk. Some of them are not even medications. So
yes. That
I
being
have my
said,
experience. That's why I'm saying
Gordon
it.
was with us. Gordon was with us at the beginning. We lost him. He's come back. So can you?
And Dr. Sidibay is back too. Let's get Dr. Sidibay's last word before.
Dr. Sidibay, your last word.
Dr. Sidibay.
I think
it's actually Sidibay. Oh no, his audio is not connected. That's fine.
Okay.
Gordon's audio is not connected either.
Okay, all right.
So,
that being said, the ball is in your court.
Yeah, so Princess, I put the YouTube link in the chat box. You can copy it from there. We are here every Sunday unfailingly from 4 to 5:30.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, Dr. Sidibay.
Who is speaking?
I thought it was Dr. Sidibay. I had a voice like it.
Okay, yeah, that's him. Dr. Sidibay, unmute yourself, please.
Okay, I think I will unmute myself. I have a network glitch. We have thunder lightning that strike our pole, but I am apologizing for any session of any other program. I will be in full, and I'm going to make up for this one. I am going to create a short video that will cover all the topic on this session.
Please do. We appreciate that.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much. And we are rounding up.
So that you can post it.
Yeah, so what is your final word on tropical diseases, the reality of tropical diseases in Africa today?
Yeah, we all know tropical disease diseases that are affecting the people in this continent. But if we can all come together and see how we can able to engage in ourselves, talk to people in the right way, whenever you feel like you're having something around your body or around you feel abnormal, instead of you going to somebody that don't know or don't have the technical know-how, it's high time you reach your healthcare provider, which will help you as sooner as possible. If you take any medication, self-medication, or any other thing that is not right for that medication, for that disease, it can even help the disease to be spread and also delay healing. So I want you to know that health is equal to humanity.
Okay.
I like that. Thank you very much. Your Highness?
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Sidibay. We really appreciate you. And even thank you for taking the initiative to do a video. Hopefully, we're going to have newer governments, younger governments that understand the importance of internet in this day and age. Internet connectivity is basic, it's a human right, you know, and to be able to set up the basic IT infrastructure. There's no reason why people in Africa are still having connectivity issues, whether it's on the phone or on Zoom or video. There's no, this is 2025 coming to an end. There's no excuse unless this government, they want to keep their people behind and shield them from the rest of the world. It's not going to happen. But anyway, next week, we are going to be discussing social media and its impact. We invite everybody to join us. On behalf of Africa Online Media Corporation, I truly want to thank all of you and our viewers. This show was being streamed online, live on YouTube. I recorded it just in case there were any issues with the streaming because the computer was acting up, but I think the streaming is okay. So please kindly share, like, and follow our channel. This is Africa Online Media Corporation, and we'll see you next Sunday, same time. Actually, we are falling back 1 hour next weekend.
Yes.
So you make sure you set your clock. Most clocks, like the phones, they adjust automatically. So our time stays at 4 to 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or New York time. Over to you, Niason.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sidibay, and all others from the continent of Africa. Thank you for coming in today. Unfortunately, the storm in Sierra Leone did what it did, but we appreciate the fact that you were able to come back. Dr. Crosslin, thank you very much. Debbie, thank you very much. And all of us will say thank you to ourselves. And Princess, we like you. You're in Washington, D.C. Well, I'm in Bowie, so we may be able to meet one day to further discuss African diseases or tropical diseases. That being said, thank you all very much, and happy month of November coming up next week.
Same to you. That's happy Thanksgiving month, where the turkey
will cry.
Would be pardoned, and some of them would meet their demise. All right,
Yeah.
bye everyone.